hello, you insouciant city speakers. It is I, Salma coming at you for another Transformers transformation review thingy. Yes, this time we're taking a look at Generations Thrilling 30 Windblade. But basically, this is a fan creation. About 10 years ago, well, no, longer than that, about 15 years ago at this point. No, 10 years ago, that's right, yeah. They did a competition, basically, and to basically create this character. And they had categories. So for example, alt mode, you could choose jet mode. What weapons does it have? You know, what gender? So in this case, she's a female. And you know, what's her background? Is she hot-headed, or serene, or something like that? So you could pick different outcomes, and this was the one that finally picked. So this is Windblade in her jet mode, and it's a made-uppy mode, jet modes. You know, you've got these like VTOL turbines in the wings, which actually move. You can actually move them up round like that, so you can have that look going on. But I don't know how that would do it, because that would break the streamlinedness of the aeroplane, and yeah, it would cause drag. You know, unless you've got the turbines on, which push forward. But there you go. So we'll do that. Nice cockpit going on there. Nothing much. Doesn't open or anything. You got undercarriage, but they're hindered by the sword. Actually, you can store the sword and the scabbard in this mode, but it does get in the way. So we'll just take that out. We'll have a look at the sword in robot mode. So we'll just take that out. Now, there you go. So then she does have landing gear, so she will stand in plane mode. Now, one thing. Now this, right, okay. Before I get into the transformation and everything like that, to transform this is a chore, because sometimes these wings just do not want to fit into place. No matter, I mean, I was messing with it before I did the review, and it took me an hour and a half to get this wing back into place, because this joint here, for some reason, sometimes just doesn't like to twist back in. It's very strange. I can't understand why. It's been like that since I've got it, to be fair. But anyway, so look at the details. You've got the feet hanging off the back, which I don't like. You've got the tail fin, which is made of a softer rubber, which doesn't... I mean, there's a peg that fits in here, but because of the soft rubber, it just wants to splay open, which is a bit of a shame. You've got some rivets going on there, like I said, legs sticking out, which is a bit of a shame. You've got a nice black plane with these red bits sticking out. If there was a better way to incorporate this into the jet mode, you know, so be it. And underneath, you can kind of tell what's going to happen there, you know. Yeah. So let's transform it, shall we? So what do we do first? So basically, it's one of those figures you've got to just disconnect everything. So we disconnect the rear stabilizers there, the rear fins. So you just disconnect them there. They're on a peg and port system. So you've got a peg just here, and you've got a port just there. And then they're held on by the robot mode's hand. So you just disconnect that and fold that up like that. Same for this side. You disconnect it here, like that. Disconnect the hand, rotate that up. Then you just move it around. So you got these hinges here, which will become the shoulders. So basically what you do with that is you just move them up out of the way. It's best to just do that just for now. Gets everything out of the way. Then what we do is we get this section, which will obviously become legs, rotate it around like that. And then before we do that, you rotate the heels down, and she's got some incredible heels. You'll see in a moment. Rotate those around. And then you rotate this whole section round. It only goes one way, that way, like that. Same for this side. Rotate that round like that. Then you get what will become the front of the legs round like that. Like I say, excellent heels. I'd love a pair of these. Rotate these down like that. And they just sit there. They don't peg, but they are secure. They do have a peg and port, but they just don't, like as you can see there, they just don't want to snap in. You know, and that's the trouble with this figure. Nothing wants to snap in. It sits there fine, but generally it's a bit of a pain. So anyway, so then what do? We come to the cockpit section, rotate this whole section around like that, and pull it back to reveal the face. Rotate that up, and then rotate this back up like that, and that just fits on the back. We're nearly done. Then you get these tiny little joints here, and then we rotate these up into a collar there. Same for that, like that. Again, they are secure, but if you just pull them a little bit too hard, they will pop out. Now, it'd be nice if they snapped in properly, but you know, it is what it is. Rotate these fully out like that. Rotate these shoulder pads up thus, like so. And then what I like to do is just rotate the wings out and just bend them back slightly. And then you rotate the tail bands around like that. And then there is Windblade in a robot mode. Now, because of the heels that she wears, she's very, like I said, the legs don't want to stay in. She's very prone not to stand up. See what I mean? I'm struggling. Oh, that's because that's gone in like that. Oh, that's the other thing. These things pop out as well, which is a bit of a fucking nightmare sometimes. There we are. So it would have been nice if it clicked into place and then be solid, but it isn't. You know. Stand up. You've been stood on a shelf for ages. Come on. You're showing me up now. Sometimes you just gotta position the arms, sort of counterbalance. There we go. And there she is in a robot mode, and she looks really cool. I just wish there'd have been a bit more development in this figure, because theoretically she looks cool. I mean, she is cool, but theoretically she should be better. Because nothing pegs in. It's a fucking hassle to get her to do anything without it all falling apart. But apart from that, she's pretty good. You know what I mean? She does come with a sword and a scabbard, and then you can pull it out like that. It's just not... There's a bit of detail in there, but not much. And then you can pull it out like that, and then you've got this lovely sort of dark energon sword going on, like a lightsaber almost. It's almost like fire as well, to a certain extent. And you got the purple going into this clear bit at the top, which is very nice. And then you got the detail on the hilt itself, which has got a turbine in it. And then kind of matches a heel there, to quite cool. And then you got the nice long blade, a nice long handle. No pommel on the end, but that's indicative to samurai swords, which she's a female samurai kind of look going on. Kabuki, I think it's called. And let's take a look at her face, because she's got a really nice face, actually. Take a look at her face. You got this lovely sort of Japanese style makeup going on, you know, like geisha type thing, with the sort of stylized head, but also hair. And you got this nice blue stripe with a yellow sort of eyeshadow thing going on there. And you got nice. Not wearing lipstick there, it's a bit of a shame. Got this high collar, the tiniest little Autobot symbol in the world. And you got this nice blue stripes there, and then onto a boobage. And you got tiny waist, and then you got thick thighs, and then you got these, like I said, amazing high heel boots going on. Although the paint's chipped slightly on mine there, but there we go. You got this nice blue on the wrist cuff there. Now theoretically, she should have rotating wrists, but they are so fucking tight they don't. Oh yeah, there we go. So she can rotate her wrist. So let's get on to articulation. So her head is on a ball joint. Actually, no, it's not. It's on a hinge joint. She can look up, can look down. She can look sideways a little bit, but that's about it. Arms are on a ball joint, so you can pull them off as well. They pop off. But theoretically, you can't rotate them 360 degrees. I mean, you can rotate this whole assemblage around if you need to. These are on little joints as well, but they're more for transformation. You can move her arm out and in, bend at the elbow there, and she can rotate at the top of the bicep. She has waist articulation. She can kick forward, she can kick back. Nice big ball joint in a top of her thigh there. She can bend at the knee. She can rotate at the top of the thigh, but it's very limited because of this whole section there. Nothing at the feet, but she can bend a knee. But posing this is a bit of a... You've got to set an afternoon aside, because it's one of those that she will not want to. So, she has the scabbard. Now, there's a couple of ways of displaying it with the scabbard. Now, you can put the scabbard... You've got these little slots on the side of her thighs there, which you can put the scabbard in like that. So she's got that look going on, which is pretty cool, actually. I do like that. Also, you could connect it to a crotch, but I see what they're going for, but it doesn't quite work, quite honestly. So it's like hanging off a hip. When I can get it on. Bear with us again. Yeah, so you've got that look going on. I mean, it doesn't quite work, but I can see what they're going for. It really should be sort of there. I mean, I can see what they're doing there as well. But if you don't want it there, you can connect it to the cockpit on the back. Because just under the window there's a slot. Where is it? Yeah, there's a slot just there. Oh, you can put the landing gear away. And then it will fit nicely in here. Actually, better that way, I think. There you go, so you can have that look going on. So it kind of gets it out of the way, and it gives her a bit more... Oh, there we go, stands up straight away there. Makes her stand up a bit easier. Yeah, I do like this figure. It's not without its problems, quite honestly. And it has more problems than good bits. Now, this does come out. Let's see if I can get it out. So you've got like a fan going on. And the sword comes off. So you can get this, you can take the fan off. And it's just, like you say, it's a fan with some nice detail on it. And you can hold the fan like that. You know, to give her that sort of look. So I'll give her a katana kind of look. Katana from Mortal Kombat. Although her fans are much larger, but it's something you can do. But generally, I don't really display it like that. I just leave it in there. And I've heard a lot of people report, I mean, this figure's, you know, pretty old now, that they can't get it out because that is clear plastic, painted gold. So, yeah, I've not taken it out of there quite so many times. I just leave it in there. It gives a part of a nice head sculpt there. Now, with the sword, then, one of the best things that happens, actually, she can hold a sword really well. You know, really well. You know, so, except when I move it over hand, she can hold a sword really well. But to get her to do any kind of pose with it, it's a bit, you know, like I say, you've got to set aside an afternoon. And so you can give her, well, when her heels don't fucking keep, like I say, I wish they'd fucking lock into place. But other than that, I really do like this figure a lot. I just wish it was better. Now, I'm hoping that eventually Legacy will give us a really good one, or Age of Primes or something like that. Give us a really good version of this. Because I do like a femme-bot or two. Come on, stand up. You stood up for me just a second ago. Come on, be a good girl. Come on. Come on. There we go. We got it. So yeah, so she's pretty cool. If you can pick one up, I don't think she's that expensive to find. That expensive to when you find her. I think you should. It's a nice figure to go with the rest of your fembots, like your RC, your Chromia and things like that, your Black Arachnia and stuff. But yeah, but just take in that she is awkward, and I mean really fucking awkward. Like I said, nothing pegs in. You've got to really spend time trying to get her to pose. You can't get any cool poses, or just by accident. That's pretty cool. But yeah, it's one of those figures that it should be better than it is. But there we go. I keep going on. But anyway, thank you for watching. If you like this review, please like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so we get new videos out. And it would help the algorithm as well for me, because I am a lonely YouTuber with only a few subscribers. So if you like what I do and you think I deserve it, please check out my Patreon. All the links to my socials will be in the description as well. Big shout out to all my subscribers and my Patreons. Thank you. Without you, I couldn't do this channel. So thank you, and I will catch you all very soon. And 2 weeks to TF Nation. Bye-bye.
Unleashing the power, tearing through the night. Transformers in my hands, ready for the fight. With every single figure, I gear up to transform. Soundwave SG-1. transform.